We there? Are we back? Are we back? Back like we never left? Picking us up, sending us out. Looks like we got bars bouncing. Oh, buddy, we might be back in business. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, we are back. We are back. Oh, this is so exciting. Now, if you can just put me up over here so I don't have to stare at you. So we are back, and we're going to be live, and we're going to actually get to talk for a change. And I have a half-pint friend with me in Jeff Fortman. He decided to, you can't hear? Oh, can you not hear? Try that now. Can you hear me now? There we go. See, we just had to turn the volume up. You know, it's the big version of a bell tone.
Check 1, 2.
Hey, Jeff's here too. We're all here. It's all working. This is scary.
We got the lovely, gorgeous George here tonight. What's going on, my man?
Oh, not a whole lot. Came in and got talking on the stream a little bit ago, and ended up talking to myself for a little bit. We had some, we just had some equipment go down, so I grabbed my suitcase and went up to the room and met up with the peeps and hung out just a little bit and sat down for a minute, and now I'm back. Juan hit me up and said, "Oh, it's back." So I ran back down. Very interestingly enough, my room is literally 76 seconds from here. I found a faster way. I'll have to show you the shortcut through the hills. There's one that's even faster.
Well, I just have to give a shout out to this lovely facility that is hosting our weekend. This is phenomenal.
No, this place is gorgeous. Like, I pulled up and I was like, this place is huge. And there's like bright white lights and there's like chandeliers and tapestries from the ceiling. And I'm like, all right. And I walk in and everything's like granite white and marble. And I'm like, this is fancy, huh? So, yes, very beautiful place to be. Beautiful weekend to be here. The weather's perfect. The inside, it could be a little cooler in here, but I'm not going to complain. This is definitely not a repeat appearance of from last weekend. We are not going to be 120 degrees in here.
Yeah, was that Mata?
Yeah. Apparently it was quite warm. I wasn't down there, but from everything I saw and everything I heard, it was quite toasty around those parts.
Great competition, though, from what I hear.
Absolutely. Anytime you bring Cincinnati/Ohio darts into it, and even Northern Kentucky into the fold, it gets heavy and it gets interesting. But I think we're ready to go live on the board. Juan's throwing it over to us so we can see it a little easier. We're going to have Joe Roman, Matt Stefano, I apologize on the pronunciation either way, versus Devin Farmer and Jeff Helmer. Again, tonight we're doing 301 separate score freeze, cricket and choice in a blind draw format. And it does look like Devin is going first, opens up with 77. I got to watch Matt throw earlier, and Matt was a pretty good shot. He was hitting everything. That was earlier. I mean, hopefully now too. But decent shot.
For those of you that are just joining us, that are maybe just catching the stream, this is the Summer Showdown 2021. We have been pushed back a little bit by the old COVID, so this is a pretty special event, trying to find somebody to host us. We're in Wilmington, Ohio today, and we are very, very happy to be back.
Absolutely. Anytime we can get back together and bring darts back in is always a good thing. Matt opened a hat trick there. Jeff, on his trip to the board, brings 67. Doesn't draw quite as much blood as his predecessor, but we'll see what Joe can do, and he's a little low in, but then finds the double on the second one and drops again. But yeah, you're right, Jeff. It is absolutely delightful. Now, I will admit our schedule's a little congested because we're going to have tournament, short break, tournament, short break, tournament, short break. But it is really, really nice to be back. It's really nice to see people we haven't seen, and some of them we haven't seen in literally a year or two because we've all been cast off our own directions and in our own little hidey holes. But yeah, it's definitely beautiful to be back. As Matt gets to, well, he was going to take a shot at the perfect game, but he's a little low second trip to the board and does not find a bowl, leaving himself 111, only putting 40 up that round. So now this gives Jeff a chance to answer up for last round.
That's actually a great name.
Easy. Well, you know what? It's funny. It's a great name because you're both tiny little guys.
For those of you guys that don't know, that maybe are new to the dart game, a majority of our watchers are probably dart players, but we're throwing 301 this game. The goal is to get to 0.
Joe Roman putting up an 80, putting himself down just below a Hattie to get out of the game. Now bring Farmer back to the board, looking at 192. He's going to go up, and he's going aggressive, and he gets the trip 20 on the first dart. Salvages a low ton out of it, or 130. And that'll bring Matt back to the board, looking to clean up 111 before the freeze gets into the 7-point finder. Still looking at a freeze. John Fortman with the sideways emoji face. 11 goes out there, almost gets the double, but keeps it inside and hangs it in the 5.
I don't know who that John Fortman guy is.
Some would say he might be your more attractive brother.
Possibly.
Noted. Possibly.
But no, this is actually a great venue. We've really struggled the last year and a half, and it's just phenomenal to be back and have everybody here, and everybody's having a great time. And this is the first night tonight for a blind draw. And how many teams do we have?
75, I think, was the number somebody hit me with.
Somebody's going to have a great bar tab tomorrow.
A big bar tab and a big payout.
Big payout.
So Homer stepping to the board, looking to take away the 122, but leaves it outside the bowl on the first dart, hitting the 9. So he's going to look to drop it. A little high and a little low, leaving himself an 80. Now Joe's job here, do not freeze the partner. Perfect setup, needs another one. Just outside for 86, but leaves himself squared up to where nobody's in the freezer, but Devin Farmer with the first shot to clean up 62. Oh, just over to leaves himself a 35 on a bogey. Well, he was looking for the double 17 to leave 1, but hits double 3, leaving 33. Ross Courtney, you should be here. How's that country song go? You should be here. Trip 15, first dart from Matt Stefano. So that'll be game 1 to them. Joe Roman, Matt Stefano taking game 1. Devin Farmer and Jeff Helmer will start off on cricket. And they will look to take this and stretch it to a game 3. See what Devin can do to open her up. Just over top. Just off the wire into that 5.
Now tonight this was a straight up blind draw, so it was a free-for-all.
Mm-hmm.
Partner is who you get, so we're doing a 301 cricket, and it is choice. Tomorrow morning, I believe at 8 or 9 a.m. is going to be singles.
Singles combo, yep. Mm-hmm.
I should actually probably know that since I'm playing in that tournament.
I will have myself firmly planted right here.
Throughout the weekend, we're going to have doubles cricket, doubles 01, mixed doubles, mixed trips, and we even have a very, very phenomenal grudge match that I believe will take. Is that going on Sunday?
Sunday morning at like 9 a.m. I think it is going to kick it off.
You will see the best of all vendors play against each other.
There's a trip 20 for Joe Roman, but fails to find another one to put any points on the board right now. That puts Farmer in the driver's seat. Single to the double and back up to the 20 to put 20 more on the board, give him a 60-0 lead. So Matt Stefano is going to be looking here. He's got to get something opened up and get some points on the board before this one gets out of control. Just inside on the trib. Finds it on the second dart. And just off the wire into the 4 on the third. But he puts 18 points on the board. Gets him somewhere, gets him rolling. Now Helmer will step up. I'm sure he's looking to take care of that 18 and 1 dart if he can get it done. Single high and on the outside goes double and hits it. And a single 20 to put a couple more points on the board and open it up just a little more. Joe just inside on the trip 17, hits it on the second, and draws blood on a single on the third dart. And that'll bring Farmer up looking to go. Needs the double or the treble. Goes low and misses altogether, so that's going to leave Matt Stefano with an opportunity to have an open shot at these 17s to maybe pull ahead in this game. That treble's a great start. Goes up double to close and back down. Oh,
Phenomenal shot.
wow. 7 mark for Matt Stefano. 102 scored, shuts down to 20. So that's going to leave Helmer to find himself a new wedge. He is high into that 8. Just inside on the 16 and just upstairs in that trip 8.
For those of you guys that are just joining us, we have 56 boards here at this tournament this weekend. We're looking at $25,000 to $35,000 add-in from the vendors.
It's a big number. Trip 16, trip 15, double bowl. Joe Roman going with the big gun shot and turns to his partner and says, Matt, I've done everything I can do. You just need one, bud.
We got to give props to our camera guy there. That was a very good eyeball.
The zoom on the bull. Devin Farmer finding one bowl, but Matt Stefano takes care of it. One bowl, one dart. Throwing a 4-2 that game. Joe Roman throwing a flat 5. Big game for the two of them combined at a 9-2. So, yeah, that'll wrap that one up. Joe Roman, Matt Stefano taking out Devin Farmer and Jeff Helmer. And Juan is off and running. He's going to go ahead and he's going to find us out where we're at in the bracket and find us a couple papers so we can see what we're going to have up on the board next.
We're pretty spread out tonight, which is a good thing.
It's a beautiful thing. It's nice. Doesn't feel cramped. We don't feel like we're sitting on top of each other.
56 boards. Solid turnout. Typically on a non-COVID year, what do we look at? We have about, I can't even say, 2,000 players over the weekend.
Honestly, I don't know. This actually only marks my second showdown because my second one that I was supposed to have was COVID struck.
Oh, the COVID.
And then they pushed it back the second time. So
this tournament is very, very similar to the Indiana State Tournament, Ohio State Tournament. For those of you that do not tune in regularly, we have Pioneer, we have Schaefer. Who else do we have, Ryan?
That's it. Well, we have Pioneer, we have Schaefer Entertainment, and we have Schaefer Amusements.
So as long as you play for one of those and you qualify the qualifying games, you have the ability to throw here. They will bracket you into the top 5 brackets. We have open doubles 501. We have open doubles cricket. We have singles.
Combo.
We used to do 2. That made an extra long weekend for singles cricket and singles 01. So we have now since combined those.
I think it saves a little bit of trouble and it definitely saves time.
It does. And livers. Yes.
But yeah, I think everybody, when you take a crowd of, let's just say 200 people, and you say, okay, well, who wants to play cricket, who wants to play 01? Well, I would figure a bulk of them would say cricket, being the more competitive, balanced game.
The payouts are pretty phenomenal here. If you
they're solid.
If you take first in a tournament, you're looking at a pretty good payout that's either going to match a state tournament or higher.
It might, yeah. It very well might. Yeah, I have yet to. I don't have any showdown plaques yet. So
I have 2, but I have yet to win a final. I've made victory lane 1 time.
Victory lane once, huh?
Yep.
And you were a bridesmaid?
I was.
It happens. It has to happen to somebody, buddy. It has to happen to somebody. So there's always a winner and there's always a loser. That's the way this goes.
So we have 2 boards in Victory Lane. We have camera on one of them. We'll be bringing random matches there tonight. Obviously, tonight is our blind draw, so it's kind of here and there. I don't know the exact schedule. More than likely, some of our higher levels will be playing in the finals on Victory Lane. In between, we will try to get some of the lower levels, I imagine, if we can, to fill some spots.
And I would fancy the fact that they're probably, a pretty earnest guest would say that they're going to have every final they possibly can. Give everybody their fair shot to be on the camera of fame here and get on the stream and get to show off a little bit for all the social media platforms.
We're going to be running, I believe, levels 1 through 5, which level 1 will be the top players.
Mr. Ross Courtney, I have one LOD Showdown LOD plaque, and it's his favorite.
Is Ross here this weekend?
No, Ross isn't. Well, I don't know if he will be here this weekend, but he's not here right now. So maybe he'll verify whether or not he's going to come at all. But as of right now, he's not. Uh-oh. Are we in trouble already? All right. So I think our dear friend, Mr. One By, has got something he'd like to say to us. Anything, Juan? Oh, you're off? Okay. Just checking. Just checking in.
No, I have nothing to say.
Oh.
We got to give a big shout out to Juan. We had some technical difficulties, and he worked viciously to get us back up and running.
Yeah, Juan and Steve definitely putting in the work. Pretty much feels like they probably set it up and tore it down and set it back up again, getting it fixed. So, absolutely hats off to them because they are doing big things here. It got quiet in here really quick. That was strange. Anyway, cue the music.
Hey, Ross, we're going to pass your message along. Juan, Ross would like to say hi.
Hi, Ross.
And he's the man. Juan is our one and only. So, yes.
He's okay.
Sir, mind your tongue. In this booth, you will mind your tongue. Oh, your brother wants to know if he's up to Victory Lane yet. I think he missed his name being called.
Yeah, you missed it, man. You forfeited, John.
He said, I'm sorry, John, that 2-4 didn't make Victory Lane.
Probably higher than I threw tonight, but it's all good.
Hey, we all have our days.
Yep.
He is the one and only, Ross. Don't ever forget that. We're going to get a jersey made. Before it's over with, there's going to be a jersey that says one and only. And it'll have a Pioneer logo on the other side. But
We're going to get whatever matches up next. We're going to put on the board.
sweet.
Maybe a minute before that match happens.
That's okay.
Yeah. We are just.
We can fill dead air, right? I mean, I hope we can fill dead air. Did you lose your mic? You're good. You're here. I can hear you.
Check.
Yeah, you're there. Did you mess with your volume button on the side again? Yeah.
Hit the button.
Yep, see, you can't hit the mute button.
Can't do that.
These high-tech gaming headphone sets we're wearing right now, if you hit the mute button, you don't hear yourself anymore. Oh, well, Ross, we do appreciate that. I still stand by the fact that I will go down in history as the stream as Juan's favorite guinea pig that got pulled out of the crowd and said, hey, buddy, you want to try something weird? And, of course, I mean, he's Juan. So I said yes, and that was in Hamilton a couple months ago, and it's been fun ever since. The stream is definitely fun. It's definitely a lot of beautiful people and a lot of really, really good darts being thrown. Oh, we're in trouble. Oh, it's Crowder. It is Mr. Crowder. I cannot tell quite who his partner is until he walks into the camera a little closer. He's not a familiar face to me unless I'm just not placing him. But he throws the bulls better than I do, so I can't say much. Let's see here. Mr. Crowder. So good to see him. I got the honor of commentating on the the Pioneer South team out of Cincinnati when they did their qualifying. We streamed that, and I got to watch him have his go around on that, and that was, I will tell you what, that if you ever get a chance to do that, even if you don't qualify to throw in it, Jeff, go down there and watch those guys because it's all double in, double out, split bowl.
Which tournament was this again?
It was the Pioneer South, so Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, and such. Grudge team qualifier.
Was this at Pegs?
It was at Pegs, and we streamed it. But I'm telling you what, if you want to talk about a day of darts with a bunch of guys and gals just going absolutely ballistic on the board, some of the best talent around, it was.
Hey, I don't even know if we're allowed to plug certain bars, but I'll tell you, if you're in the Cincinnati area or whatever, you need to get a hold of Dave. Hit up Peg's Pub, which is at a new location, correct? Or getting ready to move to a new location.
They will be. They're currently, from what I understand, they're painting and getting everything set up and construction and every which way but loose. But I think I was talking to Jamie the other day, and I think she said mid-October. I could be wrong, but mid-October I do believe is what they're looking at. And Dave will probably fire onto the feed in the afterthought and be like, Ryan, you're wrong.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys are, if you anybody is looking for a good competition in the Cincinnati area, Peg's Pub is definitely the place to go. You're gonna walk in there and lose a lot of matches, but you're gonna get great competition, and it's gonna prep you for these tournaments.
And even if you don't want to throw darts, go to Pegs anyway, because I'm gonna tell you what, they've got great people, they got great food, and they've got great drink prices.
Their Jaeger bombs are pretty good too.
I don't think I've had a Jaeger bomb there. That's one thing I can't say I've done. Oh, and it's Mr. Josh Lane is the other team. I don't know who his partner is, but so it'll be Josh Lane and Crowder. I don't think they're on the same team though. I think they're going to be opposing teams here, but that's going to be fun. Cuz I'm going to tell you what. Crowder's a heck of a shot, and Mr. Josh Lane, I always call him the gentleman and the scholar because the dude loves to do the suit tie dress. The dude, he's a clean cut guy, but he's a great shot too. Yes, Ross, Vegas bombs is what we do. Vegas bombs and Frosties is what is the on the short or the quick order list with Jamie at Pegs. Absolutely.
I'm a little rusty on the Vegas bombs. Is that Patron, Watermelon, Pucker, and Red Bull? Those are Johnny Vegas's. Are those the same thing?
The Vegas bomb, as far as I know, last I checked, was Crown, Peach Schnapps, Cranberry Juice, and Red Bull.
I'll have to try one of those this weekend.
Delicious.
That's pretty nice of Ryan George to offer to buy me that first round, so I got to give him props tonight.
I'll buy the first one, you buy the rest of them.
I'll be asleep in the room. See ya.
Yeah, see you later, buddy. So we got Keith Taylor, Kevin Crowder, John Harvey, Shane Cade. Buddy, I'm here to tell you right now, this one, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it right now. It's going to go 3 games, and it's going to be a knockdown drag-out.
I'll tell you what, I'm a little bit out of the loop. A lot of these guys are the Cincinnati region. Am I right? Are these the guys the Cincinnati region?
So Crowder is Cincinnati / Northern Kentucky. Mr. Shane Cade, I'm not sure. I know of him. I'm not sure where he lives. I don't know where he resides from. Mr. Josh Lane, I actually do believe he's more the Dayton area, if I remember correctly. And Keith Taylor, I'm not entirely sure. I've heard his name in circles, and I heard he's one heck of a shot, but I've not had the pleasure personally.
I'm more or less representing the Lima area and the that kind of region.
All good old Lima / Piqua / Salina /
Go Mercer, Auglaize, Allen, a little bit of everything. So
Shane Cade is Schaefer, Columbus. Copy that. So he's a little. He actually drove farther than you did to get here.
Hey, I didn't have a bad drive. Only an hour, and I didn't drive. The lovely John Fortman drove me, so it was a benefit for me.
There you go. Never a bad thing when your big brother can drive you.
Absolutely. We have a few people representing. We have Brian and Tanya Bishop, Timmy Sprague, myself. We just have a few from the Lime area.
Did Federke make it over?
Brian is not here tonight, but I believe he is listening, or he was listening. He's taking a little bit of break, but he will be back in action. It is the holiday weekend, so...
It is, yeah. That is the one thing about this weekend that caught a few people off guard, is there were some people, a handful of people that said, now, wait a minute, what's with the schedule on Labor Day weekend? And, but...
I'm sure he will be sitting at his pool streaming tomorrow, so... We could probably patch a live feed into him if we wanted to.
We should. Absolutely.
I'll try to hook that up.
And thank you, Brooke, for that help with that with Shane, Mr. Shane Cade. Like I said, I'd heard Shane's name many times, but I had not had the pleasure of meeting him myself, and I was not quite sure where he'd come from, what neck of the woods he was out of. And Ross with, hopefully a cat doesn't take any more Crowder's pants. Well, you know, kids these days, they're spending like $200 on pants that are ripped and torn and bleached and everything else. And I used to joke with people back in the day, I'd buy them for $10 and do that myself and then make a fortune, but I never did.
I don't think you've ever bid on me.
I've never what now?
You've never bid on me in a blind draw.
No.
I don't blame you.
I don't bet on myself. You're all right. You know what I mean? But let's see here. But yeah, Crowder makes me giggle because I'll tell you what, he's a nice guy. Heck of a shot. He always reps one of his patriotic jerseys about every time I've ever seen him. And he has the red, white, and blue flights. So each one of his flights is a different color, which might drive a normal person crazy, but he loves it, apparently. And apparently, we're whistling and hollering for somebody.
I will tell you this. We get a little wrapped up in all the fun this weekend and all the darts, but we'd like to give a shout out to all of our service members this weekend, definitely for the freedoms we have, specifically the 13 that we've lost recently. So we love everybody, and go USA.
Absolutely. They're out there doing what they do so that we can sit here in the air conditioning and talk about darts all weekend long.
Exactly. We have a lot of great freedoms, and this is just one more example. We get to come out and people get to throw, have a few drinks, and just have good times with good friends and get to throw darts and hopefully make some money.
I write this off as a charitable donation every year. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at state. I go in there and I have a heck of a lot of fun and I have a good old time. But then I just be like, we'll talk 2 minutes of business and write it off as a charitable donation.
Absolutely.
But we should be about ready to get started here. These boys have been warming up, once up and down and once down the other. Juan, did we lose that autofocus? Mr. Crowder stepping the board with a little more intent. Is this our diddle? Oh, that in fact was, because you can tell from his reaction he's not real happy about it. Because he's low and into the 3. But Mr. Shane Cade just outside, but just inside where Kevin left it. So, leading off game 1, 301 freeze will be John Harvey and Shane Cade. Followed up with Keith Taylor and Kevin Crowder. And we're going to get it on real quick. Diddler can start. I like this. Double bull to open. It's the way to start a game off with a statement. Finds himself another. And the third for the hat trick open. I don't know. I'd fancy I don't want to say it, but I'd fancy a perfect game from somebody here.
Are you jinxing him?
I'm not trying to jinx them, but it would not be my due diligence if I didn't say it.
So again, one thing is, tonight is 301. Most of the tournaments will be 501. Actually, all the tournaments will be 501. So because of the late start, we started, at 8 o'clock tonight? With 30-plus teams, you really couldn't do a whole lot
75 teams.
75 teams.
75 teams.
We'd be winding up the tournament when the singles tournament actually started tomorrow morning otherwise.
Right. And Mr. John Harvey coming out with a 104 to open up. So the team of Harvey and Cade is off and a running. But here come Mr. Taylor and Mr. Crowder. Taylor with a hat trick. Put himself right back in the thick of it. Sets himself up. Mr. Cade to look at the perfect game. Low into the 17. It's so interesting that we always seem to find low into 17 because you're thinking about that 17. Find one more bowl to lead the double, or is he going to go up? Another bowl it is, leave himself 34. With his partner sitting just outside and out. But inside, Mr. Kevin Crowder, who was low into a 3 again. Finds a bull on the second dart, nice little stack. But just low and right and off into 2. Finds the 2 small numbers on that shot. So that leaves him at a 178, sitting on a bogey. Mr. Harvey stepping the board. He's outside of an out, but he's looking to drive it down as far as he thinks he can get it. And he's low into a 3. There we go. Finds himself, puts it back in, puts a little mustard on it, gets the bull on the second dart, and then just sails the third dart right dot out into the 20. Puts himself at a 124, but that is enough to freeze Mr. Keith Taylor, who was low and left of the bull at this moment. Finds the bull on the third dart, setting himself on 66. But here comes Mr. Shane Cade looking to clean up a 34. Inside on 17. And another fast 17 to end the 0-1 game. So game 1, John Harvey, Shane Cade.
And this does get a little confusing following because we do have 70 plus. This is a top 12 match right now in the bracket.
So we'll move over to cricket. Mr. Crowder to start us off. Will he go up or will he start signature 19? He's going up. Single 20. Finds another 20. And flights over into the trip 1. Not real happy about that, finding that bounce off that flight's edge. Mr. Shane Cade will step to the board. Looking to take that 20 away and does so in one clean dart. Might as well stack it on. Single 20. Finds another treble for a 7 mark for Shane Cade, putting 80 on the board. Mr. Taylor to look at 19, single in the first one. Just off saddle corner into a 3. And just finds the wire into the 3 again. So now, John Harvey to the board with an opportunity to shorten the board up tremendously.
We got a question about the skinny jeans. We have no idea. We're not the fashion police.
I cannot comment on Mr. Crowder and his fashion choices.
We'll give a shout out to Dustin Stein. How you doing, my man? We got a Mercer County guy checking in who has not been a person of Pioneer, but hopefully that's our region. Hopefully he gets in here eventually.
Eventually, that'd be great. Mr. John Harvey with the 5 mark, closes up to 19, puts 2 on the 18. Mr. Crowder finds a single, but then saddles over them, finds the treble on the third dart, giving him the first 18 points and first points of the game for the team. But Mr. Cade is looking to take care of that real quick.
As we're watching this, I do also want to give another shout out to the hotel. They actually have camping sites out for campers behind the hotel with water hookups and all kinds of things.
Full hookup, full electric, full gray water, and full regular water, absolutely.
Which is something I have never seen before. It's like country concert without the country artist.
Fair. So there's Mr. Keith Taylor finding 17 points going downstairs into the 17s after Mr. Cade took the 18s away. And Mr. Harvey will look to come to the board and take care of that 17 in short order if he can.
5 average. Very impressive so far.
I told you, these are whiz bangers. These guys can throw. Finds himself blocked on the 17, so he opts to go up, build on the lead a little bit. That way he can run away from any trebles that Mr. Crowder's going to find. Single just under the wire for Kevin. Just there into the fat of it. Still putting points on the board, but needs a treble. And he's just under. 3 fat singles for 51, but really looking for a little more there. Because I have a feeling Shane's going to try to take care of this in one clean dart. And he does. Trip 17, first dart in. Trip 16. Is he going to shorten the board all the way up and give me a trip 15? Just dot high. So 5 mark for Mr. Shane Cade. Shortens the board all the way down to 15s. But Keith Taylor with a treble out the gate and then followed by a single.
Well, definitely, Dustin, we appreciate you checking in tonight. I know you're driving the truck, and we hope to join you very soon. I've played with Dustin several times. Kind of got me into darts, so we miss him, and we hope eventually we see him at this tournament. Probably knocking me out in the future.
Crowder needs to throw like
Pretty even match.
No, it's been a great match. The board looks a little lopsided, but anything can change.
We got a 4-0 versus a 4-3-3 and a 3 versus a 3. So
right,
one big shot's going to win it, and one miss.
And we only got John Harvey only puts 20 on the board there, so that could be the doorway. That could leave an opening for Mr. Crowder. He can go up here and go big on these 15s.
We have the lovely Seth Stefano checking in, who is doing some damage in the steel tip world. What's going on, Seth?
Yep. So that's a great shot himself. I think he's going to WADA, WADA, or whatever it was over there. It's out in Virginia? Or is it down south this weekend, Seth? I couldn't remember. Somebody said you were leaving bright and early tomorrow morning. Mr. Crowder goes 5 mark on the 15s, giving the point lead. Mr. K comes right back with a trip 20 to take that back. And a trip 15 to clean up shop on that. So now we're going to be looking bowls. There's a single bowl from Mr. Taylor, followed by a flight out into the 15, and followed by a flight up into the 18. So now Mr. Harvey to the board, hat trick and end it. WADA, then New England and Philly. Sounds like fun, Seth. Good luck, buddy. Best of luck. Hope you keep tearing it up, bud. I've got to watch you down in Florida a little bit. Mr. Harvey finds 2 out of the 3. He will tap his partner on the hand and say, I'm calling in the bullpen. I'll give you 1. Mr. Crowder with a single. Another single. Now he needs to find a double. Be great. Finds a single for the hat trick. 25 points on the board and a 1-point lead. So Shane will have to spend at least 1 dart somewhere else, but I think you go bull first. I stand corrected, fat 20. And then double bull to end the game. And that'll do it for this match. So John Harvey, Shane Cade taking out Keith Taylor and Kevin Crowder. Impressive scores all the way around. They fell off a little bit at the end. The 2-5 and the 2-7-5 don't quite do it justice, but it was at one point a 5 and a 4.5 with 2 3s. But again, great match.
We'll see. That was a top 9 through 12th match, I believe.
I have not even attempted to dissect that bracket. It was so big.
I'm looking, man, it is tough. When you get 70 teams, you just got to find them. But
alrighty, well, I think we will have Mr. Juan back us out to our resting screen if he doesn't mind, or are we right back up? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
something interesting must be going on.
All right, if my eyes do not lie to me with the way Mr. Juan's setting things up right now, we are getting ready to see. You thought the last match hit heavy. This one this one's going to hit so much harder.
Quit leaving us in the dark.
All right, well, let's just read names. So right off the bat here, we got Mr. and these are Misters, just for the record. These are names you say Mr. in front of. Mr. JT Davis, who is a kid who is an insane shot to begin with, but the dude can do it right or left-handed. I kid you not.
I was supposed to play with him at a tournament once, and it didn't work out, and I'm still crushed about it.
He came down a couple times. He's come over to Richmond and stuff. I played a few times and whatnot.
Oh, man, is that Ronnie Thompson and JT versus Kessler? And who's Kessler's partner?
Joel Schlick, I do believe.
All right, who you got on this game?
Whoever has the most points.
Oh, come on now. You can't weasel out of that. Who do you honestly think will win this?
All right, if I have to pick a pony,
I'm going to take Kessler. I'm gonna
go with your. You're gonna go with your local.
I'll put a non-alcoholic beverage on that because I don't know if that's legal on the stream. But I'll take a Pepsi against. You want to take Ronnie and them?
All right, I can't.
All right. That's a deal.
That's a deal. Okay, it's tough because I'm telling you right now, you got 4 guys getting ready to walk to this board, and all 4 of them can hammer. Seth, of course, saying, "Yep, Big Daddy Kessler."
Who is?
Seth, because he's Seth recently, or not too recently. It's been a little while now.
Do you have your own darts yet, my man?
He should. If he doesn't, he should.
We'll see if he responds. I'm sure he'll respond.
Kids' averages are higher than mine when I'm asleep dreaming about darts. My averages aren't that high then.
I'd like an autograph set of his darts.
I don't.
If he has
How do
one.
I say this respectfully? I'm not interested in autograph sets, not because I don't want the autograph. It's because when I get the set of darts, I want to throw them.
Well, that is true.
So the first thing I'm going to do is break open the box and throw them. So it's not that I don't want your autograph. It's just don't worry about signing them because I'm going to bang them up on throwing them at a dartboard. I haven't evolved into the keepsake market of darts yet.
Seth says on the way, but he doesn't have them yet. But I would love an autograph set. Maybe we could do a raffle eventually and something like that. One of our future tournaments.
Maybe. You never know.
Seth's got some good career ahead of him. Younger player, and I wish I had half of his ability. Solid shot.
Yeah, he's fantastic shot. Fantastic shot. He
caught some action against Leonard Gates a few weeks ago. I don't remember what tournament, but
that was CDC and
took a game
Tampa.
or two against.
Tampa.
Took a game or two against him, didn't you, Seth?
He took some games and he played juniors down there too, and he did real well. I do believe he brought home some hardware.
Ross is very active on our chat tonight.
Well, he wishes he could be here.
Where's Ross at?
I'm going to assume at this time of night he's probably sitting in bed or on his couch.
What location is Ross?
I don't know exactly where, but he is a Cincinnati area coordinator for Pioneer. He is one of the crew out of the Cincinnati area.
I probably know Ross, but
yeah, you'd probably know him if you saw him.
I probably wasn't in the right frame of mind when I saw him. Probably at a tournament.
Beat him at Q School last weekend in Florida. You got payback on Soldier. Well done, son. Well done, buddy. So, yeah, we're getting ready to look at this. Is going to be I'm on my front. Oh, he's in West. You're in Indiana, Russ? That's interesting because I literally just looked at a house on Zillow in West Harrison. Neither here nor there. But West Harrison, it's Indiana side, but it might as well be Cincinnati. But anyway, this match, there's Kessler. Too bad I'm not there to carry him.
Kessler's representing X1 Elite, which is a phenomenal
jersey. Yep. Well, apparel company at this point.
I think there was a joint, wasn't there? Did they join up with another company? Is it X1? And
I don't know if the companies have merged, but
he's representing.
Brandon was picked up by Next Gen, which is Jeremiah Millar, along with Guy Perry and a couple of others who are starting to put out their own line of barrels and things like that.
Some of the nicest guys in the world, best dart players, and will just help anybody out. So if you got a chance to pick up some of their products, definitely nab them.
Yeah, he's throwing his new barrels. I actually literally was playing around with him just before that last match, Seth. I actually was over at the booth chit-chatting with Brandon, and he was like, here, check them out. And I'll tell you what, they feel really good, but I'm going to tell you what, that boy throws about the tiniest dart I think I have ever seen, because it's about 16.5 grams, and I think he said it's 5.8 millimeters thick. So I mean, it's a thin little dart, but it feels good. It feels fantastic. Grip on it's delightful.
Seth, I'm too lazy to get up to tell Kessler that right now, but I'll make sure I pass that message along.
So yeah, this is gonna be a whiz banger. This is gonna be a hammer session right here. JT Davis, Ronnie Thompson, Brandon Kessler, and Joel Schilke. Oh man, this is gonna be heavy. This one might tire us out a little bit, because if these teams sit here and pick a wedge and go back and forth, especially in the cricket game, the 0-1 game is going to be over really, really, really fast. But the cricket game, if they get stuck and they get dug in on a wedge or two each, you're going to see those points run up really, really fast.
I have not kept track. Obviously, because I've only played, I've seen one perfect game. I'm sure there are several, but there's a real good possibility we'll see one this game too.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing one this game. Wouldn't hurt my feelings at all, but I was told when I got here earlier tonight, and I have not seen him to verify, so I cannot say beyond a shadow of doubt this is correct. But I was told walking in here that Lee Jones had 4 perfect games tonight.
I will verify. I saw his first.
Okay.
I blinked and his game was over.
And then not only did he have 4 perfect games that I was told about, I was told he had at least at that point 3 cricket games at which he was over a 7.67.
Can't verify that, but I don't deny it either.
Well, I mean, we know he's absolutely capable of it. I just didn't myself get to see it, so I can't sit here and say beyond a shadow of a doubt it happened. But we're getting ready to get rumbling and rolling here. Mr. JT Davis. I haven't seen JT in a few months. He's got more hair on his head than the last time I saw him. He cracked me up because he came down to the American Legion in Richmond, and it's always warm in that basement at the Legion, right? It's warm and toasty down there, and he is wearing a toboggan on his head and jeans. And I'm sitting there going, boy, I'm looking at you and you're making me sweat. So Mr. Joel going creative, going double bull, trip 20, double 20, just for fun, I guess. Ross Courtney saying it's a wig.
I've always wanted to say this as I watch the streams. One thing that commentators do is comment on the amount of practice shots that really awesome players throw. I honestly think probably all 4 of these guys could walk up and throw 1 dart and probably throw a perfect game after that.
You know what? I'm actually going to argue just a little bit with that, because some of the better darters that I know, and I don't claim to know everybody, but, and it's funny because Seth just said the same thing, is Brandon, he and I had a conversation one time when he was over at Richmond, one of our events. He likes to warm up a lot.
Here's another follow-up question to that. If you just walk off the board and you've played a long game, or if you haven't, you just won a game, do you still need 5 or 6 rounds to warm up?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes. Wow. JT just put that dead center peg hole, so he actually has to pull the dart to give Brandon a chance to tie it.
I'll take your advice because I'm a level 5 player.
Well, the reason I say that, for me anyway, and I'm not by no means anywhere near even a mediocre darter, to be honest with you, but for me, it's every board, you know, when a board's a board, sometimes the lines might feel a little different.
That is
or the
true.
lighting might feel a little different, or just where you are in the room feels different. And like Seth said, warm up after a big match, it works out your nerves. That way you get back to the board the next time, you feel good to go. And we're off and running already, and I'm sitting here talking. Mr. JT Davis opens up, and let's all pretend to be shocked as he puts 2 out of 3 in the double bull within a dot of each other for a first opening hat trick.
I pulled it. I said we're going to see a perfect, so got a chance.
Brandon with an opening bowl. Flights over into 16. And a 16 again. So, Mr. Thompson stepping to the board with an opportunity to draw blood here if he can go big. Bowl on the money. Flights down in the 15, but finds a double bowl on the back end. Puts up a 115, leading himself just outside the out territory. But his partner is sitting on a perfect game opportunity. Mr. Joel opens with a bull. Follows up with a double. And he opens with a hat trick. So
two out of 4 are one right now.
So here we go. Bull. Give me another one. Oh, he's just out. And it's always into the 17. Because you're already thinking about transitioning down to that 17. So he puts up a 74, leaving himself on 77. Brandon needs to find himself at least a hat trick here to pull it back in. And he does. Man, these guys are good.
And this is where the strategy comes in. The freeze. If we have one bad round.
A 2 and a 4.
That
Followed
could be,
up with a double bull. That could be the equivalent of a bad round.
if this isn't taken out.
Even if it's not. Even right here, if you think you're not feeling it quite, you just want to drive. Sure, the perfect game's great. Bull again. Flight's out. And Flight's just outside into 13 for 71. So that means he's not frozen. So fat 20 to trip 19. Goes 17 for triple 20. Double top. JT Davis cleans up nicely. Game 1, JT Davis and Ronnie Thompson.
Literally 3 shots could have won that game. So that was anybody's. So
I'm telling you.
Specifically what happens in 301.
I told you. In that 301, the stack 301 or the separate 301 freeze, you're going to blink and it's going to be over. It could be anybody. Now this is where the game could get drawn out right here. Brandon looking to open up. Treble on the second. 6 mark to open for Mr. Kessler. Puts him up 60 on the top. JT will step up. Is he going to go 18s or 19s? He likes 18s. Last time we had a conversation, he does genuinely like 18s. He's going to go 19. He's sitting on top of it. Gets inside for the treble. Needs another. And he does. I'm here to tell this is going to be a cricket game, man. 7 mark to open. Joel just under single. Just under. And just flights off of it, but gives point lead back. So Mr. Ronnie Thompson is going to have to send at least one dart somewhere else, which is immediately a trip 19. Then a single. And a single up into the 20. So 5 mark for Mr. Thompson, Springfield, JT, Joel, and JD. All the boys representing out there that neck of the woods. Single for Brandon. And over, I like that. Over into a trip 18 to open up a wedge difference. I like that a lot. That's a smart play. Just over on the wire into the trip 7. Just inside into trip 3. Drops his 3rd dart. Pick it back up and collect himself. Trip 19 on the 3rd. Pads the lead just a little bit more. But now Joel's working with 2 wedges. Trip 20 to open. Followed up with a single. And just flights off into 1, so 80 points on the spin for Mr. Joel.
It's going to take a 5+ to win the game. And we got both of them, 2 of them are at 5 right now. So we were talking about warm-up darts earlier. We have Seth chiming in. He likes to get a few after a big match.
Sure.
I think it also depends on where you're at, especially a tournament like this. We have a lot of boards, and then we have 2 main boards. A lot of people feed off of a finals match, or
Sure.
a lot of people watching.
Sure.
Some people don't like to throw in front of a bunch of people, so
Sure.
that all affects how you do.
Absolutely. Trip 19 from JT to pull back ahead. 6 mark for JT Davis. Put 114 up. Puts him up about 80 points.
Seth's bailing on, stating Kessler wins 3rd game on cricket.
Seth, send me a private message and let me know whether you have to say that via contract or not. Mr. Joel Shucky goes trip 20, single 20, trip 18 to put him up 50.
I will say this. I don't know how a lot of these guys throw, but Kessler has such a smooth throw follow through that
They all do.
He
They all
just-
do. If you look
yeah.
at JT throw, you look at Ronnie throw, and you look at Joel throw, they don't look like they're trying. It just looks like it's just a delivery to the board. Brandon looking to shorten up a little more. Oh, I like this. He is he is shortening the board up, and I like to call this this is the sleeper hold. He's going to sneak a wedge, sneak
is
a wedge,
it the $1 million
sneak a wedge.
dream.
I mean, you sneak a wedge and you sneak a wedge. Now he's up 3 wedges. And if JT and Ronnie can't get ahead of it, even though they may be up in points, they're going to be looking at a lot of reverse wedges to close up where they won't have anywhere else to point. And Brandon can pull the trigger. Yes, definitely needed a treble there. Trip 17 from Joel on the 3rd dart. Everybody banging right now. Ronnie's a little high on that first dart. Needs to find a way to get under it. Finding himself in that 3. Ronnie on a little bit of a struggle right here.
I'm telling you, singles is going to be rough for some of these guys at 8 a.m., including this guy.
These guys will be fine. These guys, it's automatic for them. And like I said, there's Brandon, single 20, treble 20, and then the trip 19. And all of a sudden, 20s, 18s, and 17s belong to Brandon and Joel, and JT's going to have to look all the way down to the 16. And a big 7 for JT. Tightens the game up, but you've got 16s, but they own 3 wedges. So they can stay there. Take all 3 to close it. Yep. That's what you... And it tightens just a little tighter. Mr. Thompson's going to look at the 15s now. Treble to open. Just high into the 10. Going to change his angle to get under it. Finds himself a single. But that puts him up 10 points, but he's down 3 wedges. So Brandon can take his time here. Trip 20 to open. Trip 15 to close up shop. And a single bowl.
Back up to that 5.
Man. Man, oh man, oh man.
We got a close-up of the bullseye.
Well, yeah, that's where we're going to live for the next few minutes here. Single, just spliced down into 17. He gives him a mark. Bit of a spray on the 3rd dart from Mr. JT Davis there. Maybe just a pinch of frustration. Single bowl. And another bowl. Joel cleans up the game, so we clean up. So we'll go 1 apiece. Brandon and Joel taking cricket with a 4, 6, and a 5, respectively, to Mr. Thompson and Mr. JT's 3 and 4.67. And JT immediately steps up and diddles up and puts a double bowl on him. And Brandon is 1 dot outside the double. 1 dot. Gosh, they're good. So no doubt that JT will elect to go first, and of course Brandon picks cricket beyond a shadow of a doubt. JT will open us up. Win and move on game 3. Single 20 to start. Treble on the 2nd.
And the winner of this does go to the king seat match.
Is that what this is? Is the player
Yep.
for the king seat? Trip 19 from Brandon to open up. Follows it with a single.
Actually, I believe we're 1 or 2 matches out. This
Finds
is
himself opening with a 7 mark. Not as close as we thought.
the winner of this takes no less than $680.
Wow. Big money to be had tonight.
Yeah.
Mr. Thompson finds himself with 2 singles. Fails to draw a treble. Joel open with a single, flights over to a 3. Trip 19. Seth just said this is king seat. Are you sure your bracket's right?
No.
JT with a single and a triple, and then goes downstairs and takes the 19 away on 8-point swap. See what Brandon does with that. He could reverse it right back on him with a big hit. He does. Look at that. Single 18 to the trip 20 to take it away. But he only got a single 18 on the return trip, so he does not claim the wedge. And it's still down 8 points.
Thanks, Seth. We love CompuSport, but sometimes it's hard to read on our phone. Especially when you get 70 teams.
Fair enough. 3 single 18s for Mr. Ron Thompson to claim the wedge. Joel to look at the 17. Hits the treble. And trips it again to give him the point lead. 6 mark on the 17s for Mr. Joel. JT stepping up. He's got the 18s to play with, but he's only got a single to give. Opens treble. Goes downstairs 17 for a single. Goes back upstairs 18. Trips it again. 7 mark visit for Mr. JT Davis. Brings Brandon Kessler to the board with 17s. Single just under the wire dot. Finds a treble on the second. Goes up and trips the 18.
With a bouncer, I thought he missed.
No, I thought he'd hit it. But I'm sitting there going, if you miss it, wow.
We got Derek Wendell also joining us. Derek's a solid player from the Lima, Salina, St. Mary's area.
Gotcha. Joel trips 17 to open. Goes over to try to take away the 16s. Goes back and trips the 17 again. Man, these boys are kicking at each other. Holy cow. But that makes it a 2 treble visit for JT Davis. Needs both. Needs a treble dearly. And does not find one. Only puts 32 on. And I'm pretty sure Brandon Kessler can smell blood in the water. He's just a tad low. End of the treble. And then a single 17 just to pad up a bit. 60, 58 being mathematically correct. 58-point lead. Trip 15 for Mr. Thompson. Needs another. Gets a single. Just high into the 10. Really, really needed a 2 treble visit there. Now Mr. Joel can clean up. He's high and just high off. Saves 1 for the 17, but goes inside trip 3. So we got ourselves a 43-point lead. Trip 17 to close up from JT. Single bowl. Single bowl. So Brandon Kessler to the board. Hat trick does it and ends it. And I owe Jeff Fortman a Pepsi.
If he hits it.
Oh, this is Mr. Brandon Kessler. Oh, he flights.
Oh, he's got to hit a double.
Needs the double.
Stefano said he would hit throw 5.
Needs the double. Oh. So, Mr. Ron Thompson steps to the board. 1 closes it, and then he needs 2. So he needs the hat. Ron Thompson with a hat, and he's just outside. Finds a double on the second. Oh! Just outside into the 6. So Joel steps up, 2 bowls to do it. He's just left. He's just under. He needs a double. And he's just high. What am I watching? I don't know what to say. And Mr. JT Davis with a single bowl pulls out the victory. Mr. JT Davis and Mr. Ronnie Thompson beat Brandon Kessler and Joel Shoke.
Normally I'd use profanity to be a crap. I owe you a Pepsi or a drink, don't I?
Yeah.
Juan's like, don't you dare cuss on the stream.
No cussing on the stream, but goodness gracious.
That was a phenomenal match. We said it was going to take a 5. It took a 4.86, man. And, that happens.
Well, everybody misses. Even the best of the best of the best miss.
Hey, every one of them darts was one out of the bullseye. That's the most expensive Pepsi I've ever had.
I never thought for a second I was going to watch it go all
you know
the way
what?
through
But the
that
good
lineup.
news is both these guys are still in the tournament, so
Yes, absolutely.
so
and
likely we're going to see a rematch. of
And
this.
absolutely, you could 100% see it happen again. But I am standing here to tell you, buddy, I never thought with the caliber of players we just saw, which is what tells you anything can happen at any time.
We got Derek Wendell chiming in from work. He can't hear, but he's watching. We want to thank you for chiming in. Derek, you definitely need to qualify for the showdown. Derek has thrown with Mr. Kessler before. We're going to be lining up another game here.
I do believe Juan went on a paper run just to see who we're going to have up next. But, man, I'm telling you what, the rest of them are probably going to be a lot like that one just was. But I am shocked. I never thought with the caliber of dart throwers that were standing at that line.
If these two make the finals again, we have to go double or nothing.
Probably.
Okay. That was a good game.
It was. It was fantastic. It was insane.
And the great thing is, we're only seeing 4 of about 50 phenomenal players.
Oh, there's probably more than 50.
I mean, we have players of all level playing this weekend. You guys are only catching a glimpse for those of you that don't normally watch darts.
Yeah, actually, before I left, I told my wife, I was like, I'm going to be sharing the stream all weekend long. I said, I expect you to do the same. I said, honey, my one honey-do list item for you while I'm gone.
Hey, are your kids out throwing you in averages yet?
No.
Mine is. She's 4 months old, and I'm pretty sure she beats me.
No, my...
Either I'm depressed or she's that good. I don't know.
let's go with she's that good, because you
Probably.
can have yourself a little... I won't say prodigy, because we want her to excel past her father.
Well,
but,
absolutely.
But, get her hooked up with Bishop and Federke and them early, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah, I'm not training her. I'm terrible.
But no, yeah, I told my wife, I said, listen, I want you to share it. I want you to share it again. I want you to share it again. Every time I share it, I want you to share it. And she's like, but why? And I'm like, because.
What are you sharing?
The stream. I told her all weekend long I was going to be sharing the stream. And I said, I need you to do the same thing all weekend long. Because 'tis necessary.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming from Wilmington, Ohio. New venue, phenomenal.
By the way, I can't do a show of hands because we're not on like a live video feed. But did anybody actually know where Wilmington was?
No, we were
Before.
lost when we were coming down here. My brother drove us down here, and we were passing by farmland, and he says, this cannot be the right way.
Well, and that's what I said. I was on my way here, and like it cut up and over, and then all of a sudden I'm headed to towards Xenia, and I'm like, okay, I swear to you, I've entered the wrong address, and I'm going to pull up to an empty vacant lot on this address, and I'm going to be like, oh, I'm actually 2 hours away. I have no idea who
Venue
Jaron
is super
Cumberland
awesome.
is.
Not only that, but they have a Max and Irma's right here in the venue, which we did test out today. Cost me $20 for a large beer and a chicken meal. It was a phenomenal price.
Solid.
Might be the only good meal I've had all weekend.
Ross, I don't know what a former Bearcat means. You mean Cincinnati Bearcat? I'm assuming you're meaning the University of Cincinnati or the Cincinnati University. I don't know which way it goes.
And I don't know if you're an Ohio State fan, but what was the score? Anybody get
I
it?
think it was 45-31 Ohio State over Minnesota.
That's close.
It's a lot closer than I think they expected it to be, especially for your first game. Ross, I will leave you to Google Jaron Cumberland for me.
I'm a Toledo guy, so
The Mud Hens.
the Rockets. But yes, that's the other team. The football team, Toledo Rockets.
Oh, I didn't know they had a football team.
Oh, they do. They're D1. How you doing?
They D1. How you doing?
They did. Sorry for the Michigan fans, but they did beat them about 10 years ago, whenever it was.
So Ross Courtney went from sitting on his porch in lovely West Harrison, Indiana, to on the road. I enjoy Toledo as long as I'm going up there for the hot dogs. The Bluffton Beavers.
That's got to
Okay.
be my brother. I didn't even look. It's got to be John Fortman.
It is John Fortman. What are the Bluffton Beavers? And please don't lead me down some weird rabbit hole here.
No, old John Fortman did play for the Bluffton Beavers. Correct me if I'm wrong, John. Were you a safety? I know you were that in high school. I don't know if you did that in college or not, but hey, listen, little
Wait,
Sibs.
your brother played safety?
Yeah.
He's 5'6".
Yeah, he was. I can't cuss. He was a bad A back in the day.
Okay. All right. I'm here for it. Hey.
Not that good at darts anymore, but safety
He said
on the
I'm
bench.
a safety on the bench.
At least he's honest, man.
He was the safety officer for the team. So Juan has got her sheet back, and I'm starting to see some bodies show up. And the one I noticed right here, first and foremost, is Mr. Seeger. Just Coke. Pepsi. Alrighty, so Mr. Portman's going to step away for just a second. I do believe he's going to go get that Mountain Dew he owes me. And get some warm up here. So we got Manuel Ortega. Oh my, Mr. RQ Ricky Queener. Miss Alicia Wills and Mr. Jason Seeger. So, I'll tell you what, that's some more quality shots on the board here. So are we seeing the diddle already? Interesting. All right, RQ looking to get inside of Mr. Seeger. Dot in the bowl. RQ's 2 dots below. So, Mr. Seeger and Miss Alicia will open us up with Manuel and Mr. Ricky, Mr. RQ, Mr. RQ following up. Again, 301, separate score. Freeze rule is in play. It is open in, open out. Following up with Cricket and then Choice if we go game 3. I will not tell RQ that Ross said let's go because it would be inappropriate for me to scream from here. But I'll tell him later. Dustin Stein, the only thing Jeff Foreman can hit is the bar. Mr. Seeger opens up a little softer than I think he wanted to, judging by his reaction with a 73. RQ stepped to the board to open us up on their half. Just a dot out low. Tries to go upstairs and steal a treble. Comes back down, resets into a bull. 86 clean. Clean 86. Miss Alicia. I do believe I've heard her name in circles, and she's a pretty steady shot. Just a little high on there on the second dart. I love the slow, methodical. Down into a trip 17 to pick up a 79. We'll leave it between her and the dartboard whether or not that was intentional or not, but I do believe RQ is enthused. Mr. Ortega just off into a 10. Needs to find himself back. Ooh, he's just high into a 1, and that flight might hide it. And it does, and he barrel rolls over, hits 12. 23. Mr. Seeger to the board. Finds himself into a 1 and then to an 11. That's going to be a tight fit to get in between, but he does with a bull. Dustin, all these games are in the same bracket. It's all one division tonight. This is the luck of the draw. So everybody, it's no handicaps or anything, no divisions. It's just all one big bracket. We had 75 teams tonight. RQ opening with a bull. Love to find another. Just off into the 13. We'd love to find himself back to the middle. Come on, big guy. Just flights off just an edge into the 9 for 72. Puts himself on a 143. Love you. All right, sorry. I couldn't help it. Let's see. Miss Alicia sitting on 222. Find herself a bull here in the middle. Just under it into the 15. And just off into the 7 on the trip back. Mr. Ortega back to the board. Finds himself a bowl to open. Love to pair a couple more on there. Just rolls over into a 7. But finds a bull on the return on third dart for a low ton 107. Dustin, I am not entirely sure how many are left in the bracket. Jeff was staring at it a minute ago. I don't have it in front of me, so I'm not quite sure where we are in the bracket. Got to be getting narrowed down, though. This place is cleared out pretty quick. Solid bowl from Seeger to open. Another one to bowl leaves 16. And he hits the Hattie for leave himself on a 16. RQ will get a shot at 143. It's a fun out. Just under into the 7. Finds a bowl in the second. And another bowl to leave himself sitting on 36. That's fine, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate you. All righty, Miss Alicia, 188. Looks to do some damage here. Get herself ahead of Mr. Ortega and stay ahead of Mr. Ortega to keep the freeze off her partner. Finds herself into a 16 and a 14. All right, so leaves herself sitting on 108. Mr. Ortega finds himself into a 1. Finds a bull on the second dart. Another bull would do him some good here. Finds it, leaving himself sitting on a 70. And Mr. Seeger finds himself frozen, puts it on 2, hitting a solid 14. RQ's going to walk to the board and look at double 18. Into a trip 4. Into a trip 8. So that is an interesting way to go about it, but it gets the job done.
Winner, winner. Chicken dinner.
Mr. RQ and Mr. Ortega take the first game. We will go into cricket with Alicia opening up. Mr. Seeger going to open us up on a cricket game here. Ross, I'm in the final in your hearts.
Dustin, I'm not sure how many are left. I got to check the bracket.
Yeah, I told him you were going to check the bracket when you got back. I said you'd been the first one to look at it.
It's tough when you're looking at your phone, man.
Mr. Seeger opens up with a 5 mark into the 20s.
I do know we're into the money rounds, at least I believe so.
Well, we just paid out 6.
They just paid out 6th.
Okay.
Trip 19 from RQ, trip 20, so opening 9 mark for RQ.
So we should be in the top 4 then. Top 4 or 5.
All righty. Miss Alicia going to look to do damage on the 18s and take a wedge back. Only finds 2. So now Mr. Ortega can, with some good darts, shorten up the board quite a bit. Starts with a single 18. Just rolls over into the 1. Needs to find his way back in. And doesn't. Holds off on the wire in a single 4. So this will give Mr. Seeger an opportunity to step to the board, put some marks and points on the board.
Yeah, Stein, the winner of this will take no less than 4th. The winner of this will take no less than 4th.
Gotcha. Single 18 to claim the wedge. Trip. One more. Oh, he goes downstairs to try to close up on our cue. Gets a single, but does not close.
I don't read anything you say, Dustin. I still love you, brother.
Mr. RQ staring down the board, down a few points. Gives himself single 19. Hits the treble on the second dart. Stays there and just off into the 7.
Oh, now I see the comment. Very funny.
Single 18 from Miss Alicia. Needs another.
Solid shot.
Yeah, she's solid. She's smooth. She's smooth to the board. All right, Mr. Ortega up 3 points. Needs a few points to spare, and then also close up shop up there in the 18s. Hits a single, needs one more. Flights down into the 4. And there you go, stays put and gets the 18 closed.
It's anybody's game.
Mr. Seeger staring down the 17s, but now he can go next door. He can go bang, bang next door if he wants. Single 17 hanging just above. That might make it tricky. He's layered them both up top. Finds a treble on the third dart.
That was good.
That fought right between the two. I didn't think he was going to find his way in. Not the way they sat on top right there. RQ staring it down, 31-point gap. Trip 19 would be a great start, RQ. And, of course, that's my boy. Another one. Whoo! 7 point for RQ. 7 mark. 133 on the spin. Puts him up 100. Miss Alicia a little left and a little right. Finds a single 17 on the third. But we're staring at a bit of a gap right now.
Mr. Stein, the question was top payout. Top payout of this tournament is approximately 800. I believe that is split between 2.
Probably, yeah. Probably right.
So, according to CombiSport, I don't know if that's accurate or not. Come down tomorrow. Typically in the past, first place will take $400 to $500 per person. Second place, anywhere from like 200 to 300.
So you're looking at a 9 mark in the 16. Just hangs the third one, but it'll take 6. Titans game back up.
I will say this, no offense to the state tournaments, but Showdown is probably the best payout that you will get beyond state in Vegas.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
But we do also only have 4 or 5 levels. Also state you have 10, 15, whatever it may be.
Single 16 to close up shop for Mr. RQ. Looking at the 15 now. Draws a single. And draws the treble on the third dart. 5 mark for RQ on that trip to the board. Puts him up. Set approximately 60 points. And leaves Alicia looking at bowls. They got 2 wedges now.
She's throwing phenomenal.
Yeah, she's been a smooth shot the whole time. Just under, but she gets 1 more mark in the 19s, which leaves only 1 more to close up shop there. So now here's the decision time. Mr. Ortega, I'd say you throw 1 at the bowl, and if you're not feeling it, you go put some points on the board. It's single bowl first dart. And a double on the second to take game 2. So Manuel Ortega and RQ take out Alicia Wills and Jason Seeger, 2 games to none. And just like that, we're on to the next one. Big darts being thrown. 4-7 for Manuel and RQ and a 3.38 for Seeger and Alicia. That's good darts.
Yeah, really good darts.
No, Ross. I'm just going to go with no. Man. Man, oh man, oh man. So that's no worse than fourth, right?
Yes, I believe the loser that Yes, the winner of that match will battle for third next. So
we're gonna see who we're gonna see back. Looks like we'll see Joe Roman back with Matt Stefano. I have no idea who they're gonna play.
well, I can't verify that. I think my app may be a little bit behind, so.
Gotcha.
Right here, brother.
Either way, we're pretty close.
That's good, 'cause it's getting to be past my bedtime. And it does appear to be, yeah, $800 split for first place.
That's not bad, man.
No,
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. So it is, yeah. Ron Thompson and JT Davis are sitting on the king seat. And if we scroll all the way over here to the madness on the other side. Holy crap, that's a zoom. All right. Wow. CompuSport doesn't know what it wants to do.
Recent update, phenomenal program, just hard to navigate without a, when you're dealing with 70 teams, it's tough
Right,
on a
yeah,
phone, so
yeah.
that's the issue. Until people actually report the wins, we're a little bit behind. Third, fourth?
Take this off my ears for a second.
What's that?
Loser will take fourth.
I think
Stretch my legs. This chair is not kind to fat kids.
Yeah, loser will take fourth. Loser will take fourth. Then I'll move on in.
Oh, Ross, come on now. CompuSport's not that bad.
Jeff. I don't like that man. I'm just telling you. Fourth, fifth. Fourth, fifth.
Fourth, fifth? CompuSport's not that bad, man. It has its hiccups. They redid some things, so yeah, the new navigation's tough sometimes. But to be honest, man, there's only one other program that's good, and it's not near as good, man.
Look at this match, dog.
I remember doing the whole bracket things when I started playing darts. It was all paper darts at Ohio State tournament, and I'm a pretty short guy. I'm a pretty short guy, so when you're doing paper brackets and everybody's tall, it's really hard to look over everybody. So CompuSport has made it really easy for everybody to watch. So that's one benefit, but it's not perfect either. And for the most part, it is free overall. But I get what you're saying, man. Nothing's perfect. Absolutely. It's confusing for us, too, sometimes.
Loser, this takes fourth.
What's that?
I'm telling you, the loser, this takes
Who is it?
It's a third and fourth place match. It'll go into the second and third place.
Stefano.
Jay Romo.
Is that directed towards me or Ryan Ross?
And the winner of
Ryan is pretty perfect sometimes. I have no idea. I think we're getting to the third and fourth place matches. I'll agree. Ryan George is perfect.
They play RQ. RQ plays Stefano and Roman.
Daniel still in it? Daniel still in it?
Who?
George.
No, I don't think so.
I didn't see it. All the names.
I don't even know who his partner was.
All the
But
names
they're
are
not.
left.
They're definitely not down here. This freaking banquet hall's empty.
Yeah, it's a good break. It's a good luck.
Ross, who would you like to see a weekly live match against?
Oh, you're good.
Update you on the bracket.
Oh, you're good. I'm
I
a
wasn't
sport.
trying, dude. I rolled RDA all day long. I wasn't trying to step in your toes now.
Oh no, you're fine, man. I'm just tired.
I get it. I was just trying to update you on the bracket of where it was. Well, you're still waiting on your third and fourth. Then you'll go your 2 and 3.
Winner of this will play. So basically, the winner of this plays
Stevio,
Brandon and Joel.
You're not leaving, are you?
No.
Oh.
Jeff.
Crossed my mind.
You know me. Hey, how about this?
Hey, get me.
Look, here's a JC.
Hey, you got that shirt, right?
Here's a JC.
JC, I want one of them shirts, all right?
Lost guy. Now look at us. All my knees look weird as fuck. Or police as fuck. That's what's funny.
You too, man.
Again, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We appreciate you guys watching the stream. This is new for me, so I'm a new commentator. I'm joining the lovely Ryan George tonight. He's stretching.
Oh, they're up.
Yeah, I don't think we've updated the names, so bear with us.
And we're off and running. RQ looking to get aggressive. Didn't quite find a bowl. Find himself a trip 5. Mr. Roman, who was throwing some phenomenal darts, so he catches a bowl on third dart. Put himself at 229. And we'll see what Mr. Ortega here has to say. So it looks like we are getting wound down to the tail end of everything here. The loser of this is out. Winner of this, I do believe, plays.
Loser takes fourth.
Loser takes fourth. Winner goes on to play Kessler and Joel for second, third, who will then have the winner of that will have the shot to go back after and try to double dip JT and Ronnie Thompson. And just for a tidbit of information, Dart royalty must be a Dart thing for the Stefano family, because that is Seth's uncle.
Is it really?
I just discovered that standing out there chit-chatting with RQ. And
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, is Seth here?
well, yeah, that's what, because that's what RQ said, and he was like, no, it's not his dad, so it's got to be his uncle. Anyway, RQ going big, 115, couldn't find the bull, so he went trip 19, bull for Mr. Roman, followed up by 7 with 67. Might want to slow the Dart down just a little bit. Yeah. Mr. Ortega just under into a 3. Finds a bull on the second Dart. Would love to find another one. Just off into the 10.
Ross is very popular on the channel tonight. He's very active. Where's Ross at tonight?
One would say Ross should have something better to do this weekend, but he's not here.
He's not here?
No, he's not. 20 upstairs and knocks him down. Leaves himself sitting on 57.
We'll invite Ross to the commentary next time.
If he was here, he'd have open shot at it. He'd have carte blanche. Mr. RQ with a look at 142. It's beautiful out. Just into the 6. Oof, just into the 4. Oh. Just.
Circled it.
Circled the wagons. Didn't quite jump the fence. Whoa, autofocus. Whoa.
Somebody kicked the camera.
Something happened.
It happens.
All right, Mr. Roman puts up 49.
We love you too, Ross.
Mr. Ortega needs to find himself a couple bulls. Finds one. One more would be huge. And he does.
Hey, I know I'm opening a can of worms, but I did not hear the booty song tonight.
You had to say it, didn't you?
I did.
I'm sorry. Didn't hear the booty song. Didn't hear drop him out.
Oh, man. Solid. Trip 19. Phenomenal out.
Didn't hear the booty song. Didn't hear the drop him out song.
Didn't need to hear it.
The song. Didn't hear the big tire song. So many songs tonight that I'm quite okay with the fact that I did not hear them. Although I did unfortunately have to sit through Jelly Roll like 7 times.
If I play you tomorrow, I'm definitely playing the booty song.
I will
replay.
find you and kick you in your short little kneecaps.
That's fine.
Trip 19 to open up for Mr. RQ. Oh, just into the wire. Finds himself a single. 4 mark for RQ to open. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. It was State the last time we were at State, and all that booty song was played over and over and over and over and over.
They did that just to make you mad.
Well, I don't think they knew who I was to make me mad, but 3 single 19s for Mr. Stefano. Locks up the 19s. Yeah, I'm not important enough to be mad at them in the choice of songs. I think people just get stuck on a roll and go. That is radio itself.
I like this guy's jersey. I don't know what that is, but I like it.
Well, that does look like the USA Team Elite jersey.
Ooh.
Yep.
Phenomenal. I like it.
Mr. Joe Roman. I don't know Joe that well, but I actually got to throw with him down in Cincinnati a couple weeks ago, just some fun pickup games. Good shot. Good kid. Said he was getting back into darts after taking some time off. But consistent shot. Good shot. 3 fat 19s put 57 points on the board. RQ looking to make some decisions here. Gonna need to find himself something first. Just a little high. Goes trip 18 to shorten up the board just a little bit. I was wondering if he was going to do that. I was kind of thinking he'd do it on the first dart, but he did it on the third.
And Ryan, just a question. Per state averages, what qualifies somebody as a Masters player? Do you remember? Is it a 31 plus and a 3?
I've been told for state. I have no idea for Showdown, so I can't answer Showdown, but the quote-unquote general guideline that I was given, I've always been told, and what's been rumor milled around me, was a 3-1 and a 31.
So if you guys are on the Facebook chat or whatever, if you know what the state qualifications are for Master, just throw that out there. Just because I'd like to know, because we're seeing a lot of Master level players. We just kind of want to see what's going on here. And
Well, but you also have to sit down and think, the one thing that you do see a lot of, nice shot from Mr. Cover shot from
league
Mr.
and tournament averages are two totally different
They
things.
are two totally
Yes.
different things. Now, if a person comes down here and a person that's supposedly a 2-2 carries themselves a 3-6 all weekend long, you have a different conversation. But anybody at any point in time, and that's the law, it's just the law of averages with darts, is capable of stepping up and finding themselves and they'll throw 2, 3, 4 cricket games where they carry a point, a point and a half above their average. It's absolutely, completely doable. Did you hit your button again? You good? You're in your ear? All right. So 2 19s from Matt Stefano. Leaves them up, shows them up just a bit. Ortega following RQ's lead, looking to shorten up the board a little bit, but he really needs at least a single 17. Trips it instead, and that, believe it or not, I really like this because, yes, they are down 14 points, but
Three numbers.
we're looking at 3 wedges, and again, there's three fat 19s, which helps.
Leverage is still them, even behind the point lead.
Even behind the point lead, because like I said, this is a sleeper hold. This is you're drawing the board shorter, and watch RQ here. He's gonna go 20, gonna go 16, even take a shot at it, and then he's gonna go over this way. He's
going for 4.
He'll do the whole board. I've played enough games with RQ now. Like the thing I love about RQ is he's a really, really good shot. So I'm not gonna say anything to discredit his shot. But the thing he does that impresses me even more is the kid is a thinker. He is thinking 3, 4, 5, 6 darts ahead about how he wants to try to take you apart. And then he executes it well, too. He's a good shot. So then that makes him dangerous. So they're down almost 100. At a certain point here, though, you got to not worry about shortening up so much and worry about getting some points back in that. You can do that when it's 50 points, but when it starts turning into 150 and 200 points, you're going to have to short back up a little bit, or else they're going to start taking wedges away from you without pressure. Because there goes the 18. So now it's just one number.
You will see some averages drop as you go further in the finals.
Sure. You'll
Absolutely.
see him go up. You'll see him go down.
You'll lose a game in the first round of a really big tournament, throwing a 4-5 in cricket, and you'll win one 5 or 6 rounds in at a 3.
Sure. And RQ gets 48 points on the spin, tightens the game back up to about 40 points. Took a shot at the 19 on the last dart to try to do a two wedge swing, didn't get it. Mr. Strobel, we don't have matches to play till tomorrow night, buddy. I can sleep all day long and then come play darts with you tomorrow afternoon. We'll be all right. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, you tall drink of water, you.
Yeah.
Right?
I left the B out because we're on
We are live.
Yep.
Mr. Ortega needs a treble, and Sparrow rolls over and doesn't quite find it. I've only got two more matches left, and we'll be done for the night.
We got Dick S in the house.
Mr. Dick Strobel.
Mr. Strobel, good to see you.
I'm reading from a Ricky, and I'm watching a Ricky throw. Look at me go. All right, so we're all squared up. They're down 90 points, 81 to be precise.
We got a pretty even match. We got 4 versus 4-2, 1-8, 2-8. It's a little awkward. A little oblong, but 380 versus could be bad.
Single from Mr. Stefano.
Yep. Now that's really bad. Not impossible though.
No, anything's possible because the one upside that you got to look at is you only got 2 marks left in the 19 to take care of, and that's a single bowl to open. Mr. Ross Courtney with the big shout out to Mr. Dick Strobel, who I will be seeing tomorrow. Was it tomorrow evening or afternoon? Whenever doubles start tomorrow. Is that tomorrow? Is cricket tomorrow? Ooh, I get fresh arm. First night out's cricket with Dick Strobel.
Are you playing in singles?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
Because I opted to take a slightly more relaxed approach, focus on having fun in my doubles and my trips. I'm not playing mixed doubles either. But that was in homage to the simple fact that my quote unquote dart wife, as I've been told I'm allowed to call her.
Who's your dart wife?
Miss Aletha Garrett.
I know her. She's a phenomenal shot.
Phenomenal shot. And she is my buddy, and she actually just recently here had herself a very insanely adorable bouncing baby boy, and she's with him.
That is awesome.
It is.
Congratulations.
She will be here Saturday though, because she's gonna throw trips with me and Jesse. So, what just happened? Oh, Stefano and Joe took that, and they took the 0-1 game. So, RQ and Mr. Ortega are out, and on go Mr. Joe Roman and Mr. Matt Stefano. But yeah, so I'm throwing with Aletha and Jesse for trips on
I
Saturday.
will say this: I am not playing on Sunday in mixed doubles.
I'm not either.
The only opportunity I had was the lovely Taylor Gillum.
I don't know Taylor.
Oh, she is a phenomenal shot. She posted for the second year in a row that she was looking for a mixed doubles partner, and she had about 10 inboxes before I got to her.
Everybody's sliding in the DMs.
She is a phenomenal dart player. That was the only way I was willing to throw on Sunday. We love Taylor. She might be the only person here that can outdrink me in Jaeger bombs.
I don't know if that's something you'd want to put
Well,
out across the live stream.
Well, I don't know. She's pretty good at doing Jaeger bombs. She is phenomenal. And she's not too bad of a dart player either.
That's fantastic.
We're looking forward to seeing her tomorrow.
But yeah, so I've got Aletha, like I said, I've got Aletha and Jesse on Saturday night, because that's trips. And then, or no, it's trip Saturday morning. I don't even know the schedule.
I'm just here, man. I don't even know.
I don't even remember the schedule myself right now. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, tomorrow I'm not throwing singles.
You know, you're not totally out. If the mood strikes you right, you can
not
sign
happening.
up. You're absolutely against it?
Not happening. Earlier in the week, I threw some darts. Because right now I'm in a weird spot. I don't have any soft tip leagues at all right now. All my leagues have ended. All my remote stuff has ended, so I'm kind of in this lull, and I hadn't thrown a soft tip dart in almost 2 weeks until the other day. And I threw some, and it felt really, really good. And then I slept funny the other night, and I felt like I tweaked my neck a little bit. So I told myself, super glad I didn't take on every event this weekend. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna have a fresh arm for doubles cricket tomorrow. I'll have a fresh arm and then I'll have it nice and warm going into doubles 01.
You know what? This is why me and Ryan are going to be a good team commentating. Why?
Why?
You should have thrown.
Nope. I looked at it and I said, and it's combo. And if I'm going to throw singles, like, I'm not saying I'm incapable of throwing combo, because anybody can throw combo, but I love to pick a game.
Ryan, I might be your only win tomorrow. You should play.
You'd probably beat me. Wait. No. I stand corrected. You could not be my only win tomorrow. It would be physically impossible. I'm not in Division 5.
Hey, I ain't seen the divisions yet, my man. Game on.
Game
my
on.
Man.
I'll tell you what. If you're in Division, if you wake up tomorrow and they're posted early enough and you're in Division 2, message me and maybe I'll run down and sign up.
If I'm in Division 2, I'm crying.
Yeah, me too.
Guess what? If I'm in Division 2, I'm going to be behind the mic a whole lot tomorrow.
Well, and that's the other thing as well. One, I'm gonna go to Walmart down the road and buy myself a padded office chair here, and then you're gonna see me back here in recline mode, just commentating away.
Well, as long as we know where we're at, and while we're waiting for another game to line up,
I cannot tell a lie. I would not be super sad if they just... Never mind, they moved on to diddle. I'm going to stop right there. And, of course, Brandon finds a double ball on the diddle. So winner of this will go get the opportunity to try to double dip JT and Ronnie Thompson. Loser will get third place. Gotcha. It might be that noise canceling that they're trying to use. I'm not entirely sure.
We're still at 301, so I'm still waiting to see that perfect.
Now you can see one in this game. There's no darts. There's just 2 bulls. And you had to make a liar out of me, didn't you? Poop.
Ross, you're too kind, my man.
So, Ross, what I'm going to need you to do, I'm sorry I had to step away for just a split second. What I'm going to need you to do is I'm going to need you, next time I have my wife around, tell her that she should want to listen to me all day. Oh, flights off for Joel on third dart, but puts up 67. And if you are looking at our screen currently, neither John or Jeff or I know how to edit the screen, so we can't change the names on there. But you are looking at Joe Roman and Matt Stefano and Brandon Kessler and Joel Schilk.
Yes, our tournament director, Juan,
is out doing tournament director things.
Had to take a very well-deserved break.
Well, no, he's not really getting a break. They've got him up
probably
there.
not.
He's got them up there at Tournament Central asking him questions and how to fix things.
He's taking a third role from from back here.
He's doing everything. But yes, loser here is third place. Winner is guaranteed second place and a chance to double dip JT and Mr. Ronnie Thompson, which, judging by that match, is going to be a tall order. Joel finds a bull first dart. This flight's over in the 8th second. Needs another. Finds bull, another one leading 126. They're sitting a touch prettier. Joe is going to need to drive it. Needs to drive it hard. Only finds 61, leaving 137, leaving him outside of Joel.
Ooh. What's he going for?
15 bull. Duh. Or what?
Open and open out.
Okay, but here's the deal. Okay.
Hey,
okay,
did he hit it?
No. I am not one of the ones that goes with the gospel of did he hit it. Do you know how many things could have gone wrong right there?
He had like 70.
Exactly.
But they didn't.
No, this is not MacGyver where you take a paper clip and some bubble gum.
Is this the original or the remake of MacGyver?
The remake was not MacGyver.
No. That was the original shot right there, not the remake.
Dude, you go single 15 bull. Holy crap.
You know the bad shots are the ones you don't hit or make or miss. No, I get what you're saying.
I just had flashbacks. I saw myself tripping that 15 after hitting the bull. Hitting the bull and going, oh, solid 15. Okay, nope, trip 15. Especially the cricket number.
Well, I love you to death, my man, but you are not.
No, I'm not. And that's why he's in this and for big money and I'm not. But still. So we're sitting at 1960. Brandon went big on the 6 mark on the 20s. Joel going to look to button up 19s.
I'm not going to repeat that, Ross, but yes, we realize what you're saying, man.
Yeah. That's another question. Tomorrow in the divisions, we don't have Masters here, so level 1, which is quote-unquote Masters.
Level 1's really not double in, double out this year. Is that what I hear?
I have no idea. I'm not a level.
Or maybe.
Nice 5 mark for Matt Stefano.
Hey, Juan, is level 1 double in, double out? Do you have any idea?
Brandon look trip 20, needs it. Finds a single 19. Going to go one more to close up shop. They're up 6 points.
We're not really sure because I don't have to worry about playing level 1.
I don't either. I'll say I'm not level 1, so no one has told me the requirements of the league, the division that I'm not playing in. 3 fats, 18s for Mr. Joe Roman. And Joel going to look to do some damage here. Ooh, trip 1. There's your trip 20, buddy. Hit you another. And he does. Huge round for Joel. Putting up 120. Gives him a little bit of breathing room. But Matt is staring at the 18s, and he's got a free reign on it. Single just high inside off of it.
Lisa Wan says hello.
Finds a trip on the third 5-mark visit for Mr. Matt Stefano. But behind every great round, a 5-mark making the board singles, Brandon Kessler, who hits trip 20. And then, flights into the 1. And then trip 18 to shut down shop. Trip 17, flights over into the 3. And then, that sat just over into the 2. The angle there didn't look like it was, but it was. Trip 17 from Joel to shut it down. Trip 15 going right next door while he's in the neighborhood. Man, there's some numbers on that board right now. Matt opens big on the 16. Single on the inside edge. But backs it up with a 7-mark visit. Everybody's dealing right now. Brandon just makes it, you're right, he does. He makes it look effortless. Trip 16, single bowl. Not quite getting the double in the game, but still. Single bowl. So, Mr. Joel for a dart to end the game. And boom. And just like that,
Averages we're expecting.
Mr. Brandon Kessler and Mr. Joel Schilke take out Joe Roman and Matt Stefano. So guess what the final's going to be? We called it. Brandon Kessler, Joel Schilke versus JT Davis and Mr. Ronnie Thompson.
So I think you got me on the first game, right?
Yep.
Double or nothing.
Boy. All right.
I think Kessler's going to take, unless they split, which is a possibility.
If they split, I'm charging out of this booth talking all kinds of smack because I won't be on the feed anymore.
No, I hope they play because that's going to be a phenomenal
You do not
game.
put $800 on the line and then
Yeah.
say, hey, can we split?
And I'll be honest with you, 2 o'clock, we got time, man.
Yeah,
So
well, they don't have to be anywhere for 5 hours.
Ronnie's he's ready. He is.
Ronnie's always ready. This boy, Mr. Ronnie Thompson's a shot, and he is a competitor. I'm good, brother. I'm good. Thank you. Ronnie looks geared and ready to go, man. But yeah, one more time, everybody, thank you so much. Not a whole lot of people probably chiming in right now. It is quite late. You're gonna see it, Ross. There's too many guys here that like money entirely, and even the bragging rights of it. There's too many shots with too many wants and too much ego sitting on this board to walk away from it now. They don't want to split it down where they could all take big chunks of money and then turn it in for $150, $200. So that's not gonna work. But no, we are going to be live all weekend long from what I understand. I didn't even know about tonight. That's why I was late to begin with, and then we had technical difficulties. So I do apologize for that. Juan called me and was like, you're supposed to be here. And I'm like, oh, crap, the LOD. But anyway, yeah, all weekend long, they're going to be streaming all the dart matches they send there, and I'm sure that they're going to send all the finals from all the divisions down here to the main 2 boards here, the quote-unquote pit, I guess you should call it, or finale alley, or whatever word you'd like to throw on it. But yeah, so Summer Showdown 2021 brought to you by Pioneer Vending, Schaefer Entertainment, and Schaefer Amusements, if I do remember saying those correctly. We will be here all weekend long. There's going to be darts on top of darts on top of darts. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, going to be a whole lot of people. It's going to be a great time. We finally get to be together and get to play around with each other again, get to have some darts flying through the air. It's been a while since we got to do it, and I know we've all been itching to do it. So it's going be a good time as someone decides to play Call Me Maybe right now, and I think I want to hang up the phone. Anyway, yep, we will be coming live here in a minute because, of course, as we were saying earlier, you know these guys, the bigger the shot, the more warm-up darts they want to throw. Anywhoosie, we are going to be live all weekend long. I will be in and out. When I'm not throwing, I will be around. If I get, unfortunately, find my way to the losers bracket and out faster than a one, I might find my way back down here to stream. But the thing I think I am looking forward to most, and I want everybody to take a big old deep breath and mark their calendars and get ready because I'm going to blow social media up come Sunday morning because the grudge match is going to be streamed live. And from what I understand, all of the grudge matches will be played on the stream. That's the way it was kind of worded to me anyway. I don't know. That might slow that down. I don't know. A majority of it will be played on the stream. And yours truly will be sitting right here, ready to call every dart that I possibly can that day. That's going to be such a fun day. All these teams from all these vendors all over, men and women alike, all the top shots from all around the area, people who both qualified by being the top averages and qualified by duking it out in a win it to get in it tournament. The men will be playing double in, double out, split bowl. Women, I do believe, are playing open in, master out. But it's going to be all kinds of fun this weekend, and Sunday is going to be excellent. Of course, in between that, you can look forward to seeing yours truly in whatever division I happen to be in. Like I said, I'll be throwing cricket tomorrow night. And then I've got 01 Dubs Saturday morning with Mr. Andy Bellevue, and then I've got trips with Jesse and Aletha on Saturday night. And trip Saturday night going to be so much fun. It's all going to be fun. It's all going to be fun. Every single bit of it's going to be fun. We're going to have ourselves a good old time this weekend. I told myself this is like a little mini vacation for me. Here's the question. You know what? Jeff? Jeff, tomorrow I'll buy you a beverage of your choice.
Well, you know what that's going to be, my man.
I know, but here's the deal. You have to walk out there right now and ask Brandon how many times he has to hit the bowl and warm up to be satisfied with hitting the bowl.
I will not do that.
Oh, come on.
No. I want to make the rest of this tournament.
Oh, he ain't going to hurt you. He might look at you funny, but he's not going to hurt you. So, the way this will break down right here, right now, is Brandon and Joel are going to try to take Mr. JT Davis and Mr. Ronnie Thompson to the ice cream shop for a double dip. And I always say, if you're going to go to the ice cream shop, you might as well get 2 scoops. Brandon does not get inside of JT's double bowl, although, dear Lord, it's like they're picking dots on the board, man. 301 freeze is the game, followed up by cricket, followed up by choice if need be.
If CompuSport is correct, winner will take $800.
Man, I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
If it is.
That feels accurate.
Second place should be pretty, maybe 100, 200 below that.
I think it said 680.
Probably. Either way, great payout for a $20 entrance.
Yep.
So, bravo to the tournament directors again. As always, we cannot give them enough credit because they literally make no money off this tournament. Outside of the green fees, which pays for basically the overhead. Because they still have to pay for their employees to set all this up. So,
absolutely, yeah.
Bravo to all the directors. And
Mr. Ron Thompson will open with a hat trick.
Could we see it?
So he went low ton hat trick.
No, he's on perfect, right? Yep.
He's the only one thus far. Joel can be. Starts off the right way. Hits it again the right way. One more again. And
there we go.
We got
may
2
see
low
it
tons and
finally.
we got 2 perfects so far. Mr. Parsons, I'd be interested to see who you think would be a guest commentator. JT, Bull, leaving them 62.
And you can
They're
be on
all beasts, brother.
You can be on a perfect game and still lose.
How would you feel to be on a perfect game? Here's what I'm going to say. You're on a perfect game, and let's say, not that I don't want him to, but Ron doesn't take out the 151, right?
If it
But
makes-
he hits so low because Brandon is missed for 13 that he'll be frozen, and Joel won't even get to throw at the 151 because he'll be frozen.
Oh, here is it.
Nope.
Oh,
Die high. Goes trip 20 though.
I've actually froze a partner on a perfect 501 game at Ohio State before. It's terrible.
I believe that.
I bet you do.
See, look, there it is. I
know.
just said it. He's frozen. He had the opportunity, but because he was frozen, he couldn't.
Especially in
take out the
301, it is not that hard. You can throw phenomenal darts and still freeze your partner. I mean, it's terrible, but
Well,
that,
yeah, because
that does
yeah.
not mean your partner was not throwing well at all.
Oh, rocked the wire. Jesse Buck. That name sounds strangely familiar. Why does that name sound familiar to me? I'm about to sit on and think about it for a minute. There's a bull. Needs another. And the worst goes trip 20. Just I'm like he needs another. Trip 20. Okay. So, Mr. Ronnie Thompson looking to clean up dub 18. First dart, bang, bang. 43-44. Oh, I don't throw 43s when I'm dreaming about darts. Alrighty, on to cricket we go, and I'm here to tell you, yeah, we're not playing four-man cricket.
I dream about perfect darts all the time. I just don't hit 'em.
I don't even dream perfect darts, brother. I don't even dream perfect darts. Well,
So we got
Casey-
Kessler up.
Yep, Kessler up, and he loves his cricket game. Well, Jesse, I can't speak for the guy streaming, but do encourage him to come on over, say hi, meet up with Juan or Steve and or me or whatever, and it's totally their decision. But, you know, anything can happen, brother. Single 19 to open up a JT. Needs the treble, finds it. Needed a little more gas pedal than that. Why do I feel like I'm getting ready to watch an episode of Supernatural?
That's a pretty good song.
It
Gas
is a good
pedal.
Gasolina.
I'm not going to sing, though.
Joel sitting at trip 19, trip 16, go right next door. Goes, ooh, single 15. He was going for the white horse. I wanted it. I wanted it. I wanted it. I wanted it bad. I'm not even throwing. Trip 18 from Mr. Ron
Can we
Thompson.
give Ross a prize for the most responsive person on the Facebook chat?
Hey, Juan. I'm pretty sure you could clock Ross in for as much time as he spent on the feed tonight. You can be like, hey, he technically worked this weekend.
You win the Thursday night award, my man. So,
Can
this
we
is-
say 9 on it? Kessler's sitting on an 8. And
more than likely he's going to finish that.
holy crap.
What is a perfect cricket game?
Trip 20, trip 19, trip 18, whatever order you want to go through the numerically, and then a double and a single be the quickest route. Double does it. He only finds the single.
875, something like that. So he's very close. I don't know. I'm probably off on that, but it's obviously not a 9.
Yeah,
but
I mean it would be because you can't 9 on the bullseye.
in doubles at
yeah.
least. You can throw a 9 with doubles.
Well, you could be locked.
Separate.
Yeah,
Separate.
your partner could finish off the game and you be locked on a 9. That's absolutely true. Single bowl from Kessler. Like we thought that was going to take more than a dart. A 7-9.
Ross says 9. Hey, Dylan Dietz. What's going on, my man? I want to give a shout out to Dylan Dietz. He does a lot of sober driving for people back in my area, so we appreciate him. He keeps DUIs out of our hands. He keeps
So
people
basically,
safe.
he's one of your favorite people for
Yeah, I
driving.
love him. He's
driving,
awesome.
Driving your Oompa Loompa
We-
butt around.
You know what? Dylan's a solid dart player and steel tip, but we just can't get him over. Pretty good.
Well, I can't tell. I'm not here to tell a lie. I'm starting a steel tip in my first steel tip league this Thursday. Not this Thursday, next Thursday. And I have started to fall in love with steel to the point where I'm not saying I'd stop throwing soft, but I'm finding every excuse I can to throw steel. I do enjoy it. It's fun. I'm not very good at it, but it's fun.
So we have JT and Ronnie. They are the king seat match, correct? They are the king seat.
Mm-hmm.
It is 1-1. If JT and Ronnie win this, the game is over.
And if Brandon and Joel win this,
We go
they
to
will-
an even Stevens, right?
We will go to another match of the two of them playing where they will attempt to win 2 or 3 again to double dip the chip in the ship. But I have a feeling that Mr. Ronnie Thompson is going to
He's just not missing.
say, over my dead body as he goes 7 mark visit. Shortening the board up immensely. JT needs to feed off that in a big way. And Joel needs to hit 2 trebles right here. Needs a treble in the worst way. Oh, not that one, buddy. Just off into the trip 2. So now JT can technically, with a 9 mark, shut the board down other than bowls. Yeah, it won't get it done this visit. But it takes 17s away and puts 1 on the 16s. Three fat singles from Brandon, no trouble to draw blood. I'll tell you what, Dylan, we don't happen to know each other, but I'll tell you, try subbing out a little bit. Sub with some people, hang out a little bit, throw a few, and I think you'll find it's easier. It's easier than steel, that's for sure. Mr. Thompson going single trip to figuratively shut down the board outside of the bowl. Blake's going to get a single here, and another one, needs one more. Hat trick from Mr. Joel gets that started. I said Blake, didn't I? I apologize. It is late. JT with a double to open.
Wow.
And double.
Well, that wraps her up tonight, guys. I mean, phenomenal.
Hey,
I mean, that's your winner.
Hold on. You owe me a double up.
I bought you 2 Cokes already.
You
The
said
drinks.
double or nothing.
All right, what do I owe you?
2 more tomorrow.
All right, deal. I'll buy you them 2 Cokes then.
I know, I'm cheap. I will, brother. I'll be right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that's going to do it for tonight. We will be back tomorrow.
8 a.m.? Well,
Lord
I won't
mercy.
be. You're not playing in that, are you?
Nope.
All right, so don't put me on the stream because I don't want you to make fun of me.
I don't judge who goes to what boards, sir.
Yeah, you will.
I don't pick boards.
In all honesty, guys, we appreciate everybody checking in tonight and watching.
But yeah, we will be back tomorrow bright and early. I will be down here. Can't promise you I'll be down here at the very first throw of the very first dart because it is 2:22 a.m. But I will be down promptly and we will get things started. And I will.
I owe Ryan George 2 Coca-Colas tomorrow.
Yep.
That's going to break the bank, my man. Hopefully I win a couple
I'm
games.
a cheap date. Yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow, everybody. Been great. Had fun. Sorry we had technical difficulties in the middle, but we will be back. We're getting things figured out. We'll get it ironed out. And we'll be with you the rest of the weekend. So pop in, check in with us. If you're down around the area, come say hi. We're going to be here off and on all weekend long, so I'll talk to you all soon, all right?
Go USA.
I'm good with that. I thought you were going to go Ohio State, and I was going to have to be upset with you.
See you guys. Have a good evening. We will see you tomorrow.
All right, y'all.